Good morning and welcome to another episode of Coffee with a Kick. I am Xander, that is Keegan, and we are here to talk about match week 12. What a weird one. I mean, these past two match weeks have totally wrecked my record as far as picks are concerned. We'll get to what we did this week in a bit, but needless to say, it was a poor showing from both of us. Caught off guard by a good number of these matches, I would say.
Yeah, couple of shockers. I mean, couple of teams that we thought we could trust again. And of course, they break our heart. Just like the ex-girlfriend you always thought you could trust again. But they come back and they break your heart.
They come back. But before we get into the first match, which I am quite excited about, we are going to go ahead and request plaintively that you go ahead and like and subscribe and leave us a comment and help us with, as people say, the algorithm, that infamous YouTube algorithm. I don't know how it works, but you help us with it. Good job. Anyway, that's enough of that groveling. We'll move on to the first match of the weekend, which was my Wolves taking on Tottenham Hotspur. And let me tell you, didn't see this one coming. A 2-1 victory for my Wolves.
Yeah, what a comeback. I mean, Tottenham had their chances to put it away. I will say that, but they just couldn't convert. It felt like after their goal, They had one other shot on target. And it kind of felt like Wolves was the team, I don't know, very Man City-esque game. Wolves just played to their strengths.
Yeah.
They didn't try anything fancy, and they got it in the end.
It wasn't like we snuck up on them either. Like there was a fair amount of Wolves possession and optimistic possession as well, especially in the first half. I mean, not a lot happened in it in total, but I thought that you can tell that we've definitely shifted strategies a bit from when we were playing previously, now that we have to fill in for Neto not being there, and it's worked so far. The Kulishevsky assist there. Well, did he actually get the assist on that, or? Oh no, he laid it off. Yeah, he had that fantastic little spin move there inside the box to lay it off to the Tottenham player, who then put it across for the goal, which was quite good. I mean, we lost track of a guy on the backside of the play, which tends to happen when you're not the best of sides. But it was a goal.
That was the only slip up.
That really was it. Yeah. But it was really good. Other than that, fair bit of possession. Oh, where'd I go? Yeah, this the guy who came in for us, our super sub coming in for us, Sarabia, getting both the goal and the assist, feeding off to Lamina. I thought that he looks great. I don't know where he's been the whole time.
Yeah, it's been weird that he's been on the bench because he was kind of a high-profile signing. He was at PSG for a good bit. So,
and really, Tottenham will feel bad about that. I mean, besides the fact that they lost, like they could have gone up 2-0 there in the 88th minute with Son. Had a pretty good shot of it and really bungled an opportunity in the 88th minute. Mm-hmm. Then we have Sarabia come on and get his goal there in 3 minutes after coming on. Just right, immediate impact. So maybe we'll be able to lean on him a little bit more now that he's been more fully integrated with the club. But we will see going forward. Great result for my Wolves. We both got it wrong, because why would we expect my Wolves to beat Spurs? Spurs definitely going into the international break here on a bad footing. I mean, dropping their last two matches after going undefeated over the first part of the season here. Definitely not what they're looking for going into this.
Yeah, it's a welcome break. They're going to want to regroup. So I don't think they're mad about the international break coming up.
Not at all. Well, we will move on from my Wolves victory to the Arsenal and Burnley match. This one went Well, it went how I thought it would because it's Arsenal versus Burnley. You, for some reason, anticipated a 0-0 draw here for Arsenal and Burnley. Did not turn out to be so. Although, to be fair, like it took Arsenal a good bit of time to get their first goal there for Burnley.
Yeah. Hey, first 45 minutes, I was feeling pretty good.
Burnley almost had it in the 30th there. Burnley probably could have had one there in the 30th. Unlucky not to get it. But then in the 45 plus 1, Leandro Trossard, they just totally lose him there on the backside of play. I mean, it was a very Burnley give up there. And then, you get that shot of adrenaline in the 54th minute. With the unfortunate deflection, to be honest. Yeah. Right to the deflection to land right in front of their guy. If my notes are correct. Did not last long, though. 57th minute, then the Arsenal goes down and... what does that say? Yeah, it was a very easy goal for them. I do think that the Burnley goalkeeper should have done a little bit better on it in the 57th minute for the Saliba goal. But, Zinchenko, that was a strike, though. He did have quite the strike there. His little ninja kick. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, man, typical Zinchenko. I mean, every 30 games, he just has a screamer that keeps his value high. But, yeah, it was nice. It was nice. They deserved the win. Burnley did play well, though. I will say, if they play like that every game, they're going to get some points.
The past 2 matches have not gone their way, but they haven't looked as bad as they did in the beginning. And that red card there in the 83rd, which kind of made it a little bit more interesting, it was a red card. I think there were only 2 red cards this week, but both of them were pretty well-deserved red cards. It was a dangerous tackle for sure. A cynical tackle. Well, it wasn't even cynical. It was just dangerous and kind of absent-minded. But yeah, Arsenal, I had that one right. You had that one wrong. I will not be saying that too much more this weekend. Then we move over to Crystal Palace and Everton. One of the serious matches here. I mean, this was a very exciting match literally from start to finish. I mean, both teams scored within the first 5 minutes, It was very out of the gates, just kind of crazy. Yeah,
this one, not how I anticipated. I'll be honest.
No, we both got it wrong. Well, no, actually, it went a little bit how you expected.
Yeah, I mean, my prediction was hopeful. Because what I say, Everton 3-1 or what?
2-1 Everton victory. I had the inverse prediction, which was wrong.
I thought it was going to be more defensive. And it really didn't feel like that ever. It felt like just a very fluid attacking game the entire time.
Yeah. It really Everton again, I never know who's going to show up for Everton because they've shown this previously in the season, like this nice fluid attacking. They haven't been able to convert is the thing. And in this one, they decided to figure it out, I guess. On the first one, really, that one was Crystal Palace bungling, I felt like, where they just couldn't get the ball out of their own box and left a man unmarked on the backside. Not a great one. But Eze, how do you say his last name? Eze definitely drew that PK. Like, he earned that one. And it was a great move that he got in there with. But yeah, it's unfortunate for Crystal Palace, just not being able to pull it off. But Everton deserved the victory for sure.
Yeah, Everton, very, very Sean Dyche-esque performance.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have a ton of possession, but they played defense and they countered well. And I don't know, Sean Dyche has them kind of rolling now. They started off slow, but they're now just 1 point behind Crystal Palace and 14. I think they're safe. So I believe they're safe.
Wow. You say that, but we have some of the other teams who we thought were obviously going to be relegated. Some of them. picking things up all of a sudden. This next one is not one of those instances. Manchester United taking on Luton Town. Not a lot to say about this one, to be honest.
Again, another game where I felt like Man U, I don't know, like it felt like an even match. Besides the possession stats, like when I watched the game, it was like possession-wise, clearly Man U was the better team. But as far as like actual play, Man U looked like a bottom table team.
They were in control, but they weren't threatening a lot. That's what it felt like going back over it. It was a lot of possession and like, final not quite final third, but at least on their half possession, a lot of time spent on the Luton Town half. And I mean, Luton Town did not get many good views of the United goal, but it wasn't quite hitting on all cylinders for United for sure. Man
United, they sit in 6th on 20 points, but their goal difference is -3 through 12 matches, which is just shows you how many games they've won, like 1-0.
Yeah, it's not super, and really Marcus Rashford in the 70th should have been more than 1-0. Rashford should have had one there in the 70th, but he really did not come through with that one. That was one of my major notes here. But yeah, not a lot to say about it other than at least you didn't lose. It does not instill confidence. I mean, you get your 3 points out of the teams that you need to, So we'll see how United can come out of the international break. See if they can get any more zhuzh in their side. Gotta zhuzh it up a little bit. Then we'll go to I got that one right. So you got that one wrong. Then we move down to here's the second of the ones that we both got just totally wrong. Bournemouth beating Newcastle. I mean, I guess I go back to position A here on Newcastle. I can't even trust them to be untrustworthy. How do you lose 2-0 to Bournemouth?
Yeah, I don't know if it's like Champions League fatigue or what it was, but it was an awkward game. And I kind of felt like Newcastle, they didn't play bad, really, to start the game. But then they allowed Bournemouth to really take control of it. I mean, Bournemouth, 10 shots on target and almost even possession. That's, for a team that sat in relegation zone, that's ridiculous.
It was almost a comedy of errors that gave Bournemouth the win. I mean, their first goal was unlucky when the Newcastle defender put the ball back past his own defensive line, and the Bournemouth guy was just the first one, and Solanke was just the first one to jump on it. And then in the 63rd minute, they almost had an immediate answer. There was a 2-on-1 that Newcastle had at the top of the box. Should have just played the guy over to the right-hand side. Would have been an easy tap-in goal. And then you're back 1-1, and it's a totally different match. But you blow that, and then 10 minutes later, on a corner kick, it kind of bounces around in the box. And then, what does that say?
Solanke, he slapped it in again.
Yes, another great nice strike by Solanke there. And then Bournemouth just packs it away. Like, listen, we're up 2-0. Let's get out while the getting's good, Well, they're at home, so let's stack it in with all the getting's good.
If Bournemouth and Burnley can play like they did this past match week every week, they're going to start giving teams a run for their money. But it seems like both teams played up to the competition, and I don't know how they can sustain that. But Bournemouth played well. Yeah.
It's good for Bournemouth. I mean, it's making relegation more interesting for sure. Burnley, you gotta see some more. We gotta see them convert on this good energy, though. They have not done so thus far. Moving on from that to Aston Villa and Fulham, another one that we both got this one correct. Actually, this was the one that actually kind of felt like it should have. for the weekend. With Aston Villa, they took care of Fulham. Fulham's not great. Unfortunate, really, Anthony Robinson was the downfall of Fulham on this match day. Not a great
own goal.
Own goal, and it was he had the giveaway that gave Villa their third goal in the 64th minute. He had that bad giveaway just outside of the box on that end, and just they broke away super fast on it. It was not a good look for Jedi.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's his second own goal of the season, but there was another one very similar that I think he might have given up. But yeah, not a great showing by the American. No. But I think I might have predicted this one pretty close to correct. Maybe not.
No, we both got this one correct. I mean, you had it as 5-1, so it's definitely more than I had as 3-2. And when Fulham hit in the 70th minute, they hit well. I mean, they caught Aston Villa's high line on a great run. Almost had the second one, really, in the 81st. Just almost caught him again, but it was just a stretch, just a tiny little. Well, there's one that was literally a toe later on that we'll get to. But he was just didn't quite bend his run enough to get him off. But Fulham could have come back into it late in the match. But, Anthony Robinson was all over the place. He actually assisted on the Fulham goal. So good on him for that. I heard this. Aston Villa is apparently unbeaten, has 13 straight wins at home. Not just unbeaten, they have 13 straight home victories. So Keep that in mind as we go forward for picks. Maybe that'll help us out. Of course, now that we know the trend, it's going to subvert itself, obviously.
Now that we've named it.
I shouldn't have said anything. Then to Brighton Hove Albion and Sheffield United. Hey, Brighton, what are you guys doing? What are you doing? We both got this one wrong.
Yeah, Brighton, it was an awkward game. I mean, the red card doesn't help, but that didn't even come till the 69th minute.
Yeah, it wasn't like they were blown out of the water beforehand.
Yeah, before that, I don't know. Stat-wise, you look at it and you think, okay, 6 shots on target to 1, 62% to 38%. I don't know. It felt closer than the stats said. The Webster own goal, obviously unlucky, but Brighton
if he doesn't put that in, the guy on the other side's going to put it in. So it's not like Robinson's where like he was the reason. This one was he was trying to make the play and it didn't go right, but the guy on the backside was definitely going to knock that in. I thought Dingra's goal was very nice, very Matoma-esque for Brighton. Yeah. Just taking it there from the left-hand side, essentially doing a one-man show with a little bit of the 1-2 there with Bonanote. There we are.
Bonanote.
It's Italian, not French. Bonanote.
Yeah, this one, I don't know. Like, it felt like after that first goal, Brighton just kind of took it for granted. Like, they almost thought we were going to get more, and they didn't.
Yeah, took the foot off the gas. Like, we'll get one. Actually, there's another match that will be similar to that we'll get to for later in this match day. Not many of them left, so can you catch what I'm talking about? Anyways, we'll move down to Liverpool versus Brentford. We both got this one wrong as well. Yeah, so we are 0 for 4 in the last 2 matches, all told. Liverpool handled business. They did. 3-0 is a little bit unfair to Brentford. Like, I felt Brentford had some very good opportunities. They should have scored in the 5th minute, like right out of the gate. They really should have done that, but they didn't. And it kind of just followed on from there. That Brentford had their chances and didn't convert, whereas Liverpool converted the chances that they had.
Yeah, this one, I mean, we just need to quit picking Liverpool to draw or lose, because when we do, they usually win 3-0. This one was wild. Because, yeah, you're right. Brentford started out great, and I think they played well, but Liverpool is just on a converting streak.
Yeah.
They're putting them in. I mean, and it's coming from all different people, but this it feels like Liverpool are flying under the radar. And I think that if City keeps slipping and Tottenham keeps slipping, they're kind of the favorites at this point.
They definitely could sneak up on the table. Darwin Nunez is probably going to be a little ticked though, because he was off. He had 2 goals back to back, but he was offside by literally just a toe on the first one, and then by a little bit more amount, a little larger amount on the second. And then Diogo Jota makes me miss him there in the 74th minute with a great strike. Wish he was still on the Wolves, but c'est la vie.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, not much to say. Liverpool took care of business. They're looking red hot.
Mo Salah's second goal, though, I don't know if he'll ever have an easiest header into the goal. He was standing all alone, barely even put anything into it, and just right in there. That looked bad for Brentford. Definitely did, because they were all hoping it would be out and just let a free runner go. Well, he wasn't even running; he was just standing there. That's a little bit of a lack of discipline. Both got that one wrong. Then we move down to West Ham United and Nottingham Forest. You got this one correct. I did not. With West Ham United, another very exciting match. West Ham and Nottingham Forest. A lot of very interesting and exciting matches this weekend, and arguably we haven't even gotten to the craziest one yet. Arguably, I think it's pretty much for sure the craziest one.
This one had a lot of twists and turns.
It did.
First half, 3rd minute, West Ham came out swinging. Paqueta had a nice goal. And in Nottingham, once they got the 44th one, I felt like maybe it was going to end in a draw.
Mm-hmm.
And neither team, they both had pretty good attacks, but neither team had been the prolific, consistent scoring sides. But that 63rd, 65th minute exchange, that was exciting.
Yeah, I mean, essentially back-to-back goals. One off of a great cross by Nottingham Forest from Aina to Alanga. And then West Ham was killing Nottingham Forest with the corner kicks. That's really what it came down to, that their set piece play, just with James Ward-Prowse getting 2 goals off of assists in one game, with Jared Bowen in the first one, where a great ball in for that Jared Bowen put into the back of that, and then Tomas Susek with the second one. A much stronger header from the opposite side this time, there in the 88th to help West Ham put away the 3 points. Really exciting match. It was, Nottingham Forest will be disappointed for sure. But West Ham, good result for them for sure against another mid-table team.
Yeah, Nottingham looked dejected when the last header went. I didn't feel like they were going to come back and get a goal.
No, they were done at that point. Yeah, they were like, yeah, okay, we'll go in, get the 2, get out. But you'll have time to lick your wounds, and then you get Brighton on the rebound for Nottingham Forest. So we'll see if Brighton can do anything. They're sitting here with winless in at least their last 5. Let me see how winless in their last 6 since losing 6-1 to Villa. And then draw, loss, draw. Yeah, that's tough. It's tough, Brighton. But to get to the final match of the weekend, the Chelsea and Manchester City match, we both got this one wrong too. Imagine that. This one, a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, this one, I mean, it felt like City probably 7 times in the match put it away.
Yeah.
And then they couldn't hold on to the lead.
And really it was City shooting themselves in the foot, I felt like, for most of these Chelsea goals. The first one that Silva got, 39 years old, by the way. Oldest goal scorer in quite a while for Chelsea there. But I mean, Ederson, why are you so close to your front post on that? Like, I feel like you need to be better positioned to keep that out.
Yeah.
And then on the then Holland gets his PK there in the 20. Just before that they got his PK. Then for the second goal there for Chelsea, like Gvardiol, first of all, bad giveaway in the midfield, and then Gvardiol, what are you doing there? Just clear the ball. Yeah. Don't diddle around with it, and then you lose it, and it gives them an easy tap in essentially. I mean, both those goals were just bad defensive mistakes. I felt like.
Yeah, I have, two guys I have issues with on Man City. Jeremy Doku after we go up 3-2, he's got a chance. He gets the ball on a breakaway. He can either pass it over or it's really one-on-one almost with the keeper. And he hits it right at the keeper. Just squanders a chance to put it away. And then Chelsea's 67th minute goal. If you watch the replay, I believe it was Gallagher, shoots it from outside the box. Diaz slides as if he's shooting it far post for some reason. The ball's not going anywhere. Jackson, his man, peels off of him at that point and is right there for the rebound.
There's a fair bit of blame on Ederson for that one too, because he blocks the ball back down in front of the goal.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's plenty of blame to go around for that second one. The third one, the 67th minute for Nicholas Jackson.
Then the penalty, that was just.
It's because it was so wet. I mean, it was unfortunate.
He slid all the way into the stands in the PK box. I mean, he just kept going. Then he argued it. He was like, "No, I didn't. I got the ball." And it was so bad.
Yeah, it's like, what is that, an ad? The one where the guy does the goal celebration, just keeps sliding around the pitch on his knees the whole time.
It was crazy.
That's what it felt like.
Diaz didn't play too hot in the second half. I'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, it was unfortunate for City, but it's always tough to go into Stamford Bridge. You get out of there with a point. You're still top of the table, with Liverpool now biting at your heels. Actually, they just leapt over Arsenal on goal difference, 17-16. So it is. I mean, it's tied up at the top. We got 5 teams within 3 points. So it could change. It could change any day. How is Manchester United back up in 6th? What are you guys doing? Stop.
I told you we've been getting those 1-0, 2-1, those lucky wins, and their win column is pretty big, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know. Something's got to give.
Well, I mean, they've had a pretty easy slate of things the past couple of weeks.
Let's look at this. Man United, 7 wins, 0 draws, and 5 losses.
Yeah, their wins are over sides that don't necessarily instill confidence. I mean, their best win on the year is I guess against Brentford. I mean, it's either against it's because it's not against my Wolves. It's against Brentford. Other than that, they've beaten Nottingham Forest, maybe Nottingham Forest, but I don't know. It's a toss up between. It's either your best victory is either over Nottingham Forest, 3-2, or 2-1 over Brentford. Other than that, you beat my Wolves on an objectionable non-call. You beat Burnley 1-0. You beat Sheffield United 2-1. You beat Fulham 1-0. You beat and you beat Lutontown 1-0. Like, that doesn't, talking about instilling confidence, that doesn't do it.
Only team to
not draw. Yeah. So they've got a little bit of a easy front load here. We'll see how it shakes out once they start playing good sides again. I mean, when they did in the past couple of weeks, they lost 3-0 to City at Old Trafford. So, they've got Chelsea. Oh, no. They've got, who do they got next? They got Everton up next. So, well, we'll see. We'll see which Everton shows up. Anyway, and that is the week that was match day 12. We both went a stunning 3-7 on this match day. Not great. I finally organized my notes, and I figured out that my most recent totals did not include all of the weeks. Because I look back, I'm like, wait a minute, we're on match day 11 and we have 100 picks total. That's not correct. It should be at 110. Anyways, I went back and recalibrated, and I am now at 58 and 62, which is not great. But it's better than your 53 and 67. So, small graces, I suppose.
Yeah, not too great.
Listen, we'll pick it up. We'll pick it back up here after the international break. We need our own international break here to get our picks back in order. Maybe so these teams can figure it out. Start acting like they're supposed to. Anyway, anything you want to hit before we get out of here?
No, I'm excited for the final international break, because on the other side, I think it starts right after it that there's a Premier League game every 3 days. Ooh. It's something like that starts to pick up around the holiday season.
Well. There's certainly that to look forward to. That and me without having to mute my mic every 30 seconds to cough, to hack up a lung. So that'll be nice. Anyways, in the meantime, why don't you go ahead and find some soccer to watch. And go ahead and grab your coffee. Watch said soccer. And we will see you for a preview episode for the next match day. Not sure what we'll do. Okay. Knockins.